Hello and welcome to Racing for Wins. This is a podcast by two friends who are fans of F1 racing, but not just for the race itself. As business owners, we also like to see what's going on behind the scenes. We offer a biased, heated, and often irrational sports commentary. Take a listen and share your thoughts in our comments section. My name is Craig Havens, and with me is Jonathan Almanzar.
All right, Jonathan, here we are, a week
Yeah.
after the last race and a week before the next. Lots has happened. I mean, a whole lot has happened. We've looked at this whole Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez case. What are your thoughts on that? Who do you side with on that?
I side with Max.
Do you really? I side with Sergio.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed with Max. You do? You really do?
Yeah, I really do. Like you remember who was it? He was a coach for the Jets, maybe, and he said, "You play to win the game." You remember that?
I do. Yes.
That's how I feel about F1. Like you drive to win the race.
I can see that. All right, go ahead. Continue your point now.
And so I think like when he had the opportunity to have the fastest lap, he needs to take the opportunity to have the fastest lap. And if Sergio had every opportunity to do it too, and he didn't.
He did.
And I don't think he could have.
Right.
I don't think he could have.
So you're a player on a team, right? You're a coach.
Yeah.
Your coach says, Jonathan, you're going to run the ball down. You're going to take a knee right at the 1 yard line because that's what's better for the team. I know you have a record coming up and it's the last game of the season. If you get a touchdown, you make the record. If you don't get a touchdown, you don't get the record. But if you get the touchdown, that gives the other team the ball back with time to score and beat us. However, if you take a knee, it allows us to run out the clock. And then we don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, that's not applicable.
How is that not? Because it's a personal thing versus a team thing. And your teammates have been told one thing and you've decided to go rogue.
Because there's two reasons it's not applicable. One, there's no championship. There's no individual championship in football. Like the Super Bowl isn't there, because in
record.
F1 there's two championships.
Or it's a team. It's an NFL record.
It's a record. But there's two separate championships in F1. There's the drivers' championship and there's the team championship. They're going to win the team championship. They probably could. They're on the path to no problem win this team championship right now. So there's the drivers' championship. The other reason it's not applicable is he wasn't going to lose the race by getting the fastest lap. He's not going to lose. The team's not going to lose the race by him going for the fastest lap.
Well, that was actually something they cautioned him on. They wanted to stay there because they had both reported engine problems with their cars. I don't know if it was engine problems, but there were car problems. I'm not mechanic-y. But there were car problems. They both reported it. So there was the risk of trying for the fastest lap that there would be a problem with the car, and that could take them out of that. So you're wrong there. I'm sorry, I'm calling you out. You're wrong there.
Max Verstappen is the guy who is the one that reported it, and so I'm sure he's the one that also is like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what? Honestly, he's so bored during the race that he's just coming up with things. He's like, I feel like the paint's peeling a little bit over here, right above the on the right hand side. Like he's just coming up with these problems.
That's a really big problem because if the paint peels too fast, then you can get rust in there. That whole car could fall apart during the race. Suppose it rains. What are we going to do?
There's not even problems. He's just making stuff up. You know, I feel like this cushion could get a quarter of a centimeter deeper.
I feel like you feel he could run the race and push his car across the finish line faster than the other guys.
I feel like he could have. I feel like he could have. I mean, he might as well be riding Clydesdales.
Listen,
at this point,
I can see your point on the individual thing. However, what I also see is the other guy on the team was told the exact same thing, and he followed the team rules. And I think if you got a team, and it is two races, you are correct, or there's two championships, you are correct. But I can see actually where I would say, you know what, Max Verstappen got a little bit screwed by his team saying you're not going for it because this is one of the two is going to be ahead right now in points. But I feel like the team made a decision, and when the team made a decision before about Sergio not passing or not competing, Sergio didn't compete, and he took it. I guess it's his own fault he took it, and according to your thing, but you're going for chaos. So
I thought it was very, very telling / funny when he goes, "What's the fastest lap?"
Mm-hmm.
And the race engineer goes, "We're not worried about the fastest lap right now." And
Right.
Max Verstappen says, "I am." And his race engineer then says 132.9 or whatever Sergio Perez had. He didn't have to tell him.
He didn't say Sergio had it.
Yeah, he did. He told him Sergio had it.
Oh, I read the I didn't see it in the transcript. I guess I.
I'm pretty sure he knew it was Sergio, and he told him the time. And so then Max Verstappen did a whole second faster than what Sergio Perez had done. When Sergio Perez walks into the, he doesn't know that Max took it until all three of them are standing in the room, and Max Verstappen is like, and then I got the fastest lap, and Sergio Perez was like, "Wait, what? You did?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah."
And that
like,
caused a big riff.
And then he goes, "Didn't they tell you to drive at 133?" And he's like, "Yeah, they did. They told me." But I was like, "I'm going to win this. I'm going to take it." So, but also that's why Max Verstappen is a world champion and Sergio Perez will never be a world champion. Like, because Max Verstappen,
worries about Max Verstappen.
If there had been a baby that you had to step on to cross the finish line and win,
Sergio would have picked up the baby and coddled it. Yep.
Yes, and Max would have stepped on it, right on its head. He probably would have stepped and then kind of did one of those turn things, like
I know, like you're grinding it in. Yeah.
Like you put the cigarette butt onto the ground and then you step on it and you do that. He might even do that and step across.
That would take him longer though. That would take him more time.
But if that was the rule, you had to do it to get across. So that's the difference between the two. So I don't have a problem with him going for it.
All right, so you're all in. You're like, you know what? I don't care what the team says. I don't care what anybody says. I'm doing what's best for me.
I would care about certain things, certain team rules. I think that was dumb. I think that I would have let him race.
I don't have a problem with letting him race. That's not. I would have been fine with that. I would have been fine with it back last year. My problem is when they tell him not to, and then you kind of go with, I know you said no, but it's more of a recommendation than an actual thing I have to do. That's where I kind of got to the point where I'm like, maybe not. But hey, I mean, you're Max Verstappen, so yeah, I'm Sergio. So when I get in there, go ahead.
There were a couple teams that had some like squabbles. They weren't the only team with squabbles.
What other squabbles did you?
Mercedes had some squabbles.
Oh, they did. That's right.
Yeah. So I thought it was very interesting when they talked to Lewis Hamilton and he's like, "Today was terrible. It sucked and everything." And he goes, "Well, did you hear Russell's going to be on the podium? That's good news, right?" And Lewis Hamilton goes, "Well, not for me, but yeah, sure. Okay. Yippee." And then when they asked him later on why he chose the bad tires, and he was like, "Well, I chose one set and Russell chose another set, and I always choose the opposite of him because he usually chooses wrong, but today he chose right." You can tell that there's frustration there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did like how Russell, when they came up and told him, "Hey, you got the podium," he's like, "Why?" And they tell him what happened to Alonso, and he's like, "Oh, man, I'll gladly take the points, but I think that's dumb that I'm getting it for this reason, and it belonged to him." I thought that was a cool answer by him.
Huh. Now, would Max Verstappen have said that?
No.
Or would he have stepped on the baby?
He may have said that. You know what? Max Verstappen might have still said that.
Max Verstappen would have dropped his cigarette on that baby and crushed the cigarette in the baby's face. I'm sorry. There's no way he would have been like, "Oh, well, that's a dumb rule, but I'll take it, I guess, if I have to." He would have said, "You know what? You damn straight he messed up, and that's a problem we're having here, and it's got to stop. I want that baby. Give me that baby."
He might have been like, "Oh, that sucks for him. Good for me. Sucks for him." He might have said that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put words in a guy's mouth, like I would never want to portray someone else, like what they would say or how they would react to something. Huh. I leave that directly up to them.
Oh, all right.
I also think McLaren's going to have some problems. I really do. I think between
McLaren's definitely having some problems, and quite honestly, their drivers aren't worth really mentioning, are they? What do we got going here?
I think
they're still at 0 points.
Still at 0 points. I think Lando's going to do well at some point, but
he's got talent, but he doesn't have a car.
when they asked him like, "Are you going to make it through to the third qualifying?" and he was like, "What? No, no, but we might do okay in the second qualifying." And they're like, "But you're not going to make it to the Q3?" and he was like, "No way. It's impossible for us to make it to Q3." So, and then Oscar did make it to Q3,
and he really won the world with that.
Yeah, and Ferrari looked pretty awful. They look just awful,
But they're not having a driver issue. There doesn't seem to be friction in their
No,
drivers.
But the driver and his engineer got into it when he needed to speed up because Hamilton was pitting, and they didn't tell him that Hamilton was pitting till the last second, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta tell me this." He's so mad, and the guy was like, "You gotta tell me this a lap ahead of time," and he was like, "Copy," and he's like, "No, I mean, like, come on, man, for real."
No, I got you. I heard you.
No, but I'm serious, man. Like,
no, I heard you. I mean, I got it. No, I'll do it from now on. I mean, from now on, I'll
fully understand. I've got to know what's going on.
But no, I mean, I think I understand what you're saying, and I feel that's coming from the heart. So on the next race, I'm gonna give you, what'd you say, a half a lap, not a couple?
No, I need a full lap notice.
Like a full lap? That's a lot of time. Like, how am I supposed to know what the other guys are gonna do? Like, you're talking about a lot of time. Like, that's time. I got other things going on, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, job, I don't just sit here in this trailer and just watch you go around in circles.
I was getting a cappuccino. What are you thinking, man? But so they've got some major problems too, Ferrari.
Yeah. Well, they have major problems in design. They have major problems. I think that. So, Ferrari is such an interesting piece to me because they got rid of. I forgot his name already.
Binotto,
yeah. Yep. They got rid of him, and they bring on new guy, and
so
really nothing's changed. There's still problems. I don't think the problem is up on top. Obviously, the problem exists up on top because they're not doing anything to fix the problems below. But your first move when you come in there, you've got to change things up. Something's got to change.
I think they lost a couple other people. A couple other people just quit.
Sure.
But I think
they're on garden break or whatever it is.
He has done, garden break. I think one thing that he's done is Binotto, which is Swiss for Pinocchio, would always say, "Oh, we're doing just fine." Well, he would say it in Italian, "We're doing it just fine. We're just doing what we got to do." But this dude's like, "There's some problems and we got to get them fixed." So I think that's different. At least it's a different voice.
Sure.
Saying
acknowledging a problem is part of a fix. It's it's at least step. Right. And we're on race 3 this weekend.
2.
So
this will be race 3.
Right. Yeah. So acknowledging we have a problem. So far, race 1 and 2, same problems, but hey, I mean.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Well,
we'll see.
What I found interesting, I was listening, I don't even remember, and I apologize to the person that was talking about it, but I was listening to somebody about things coming up in the possible realm of F1. Well, it's a real realm. It's the possible things coming up in this world. Red Bull's head designer, I can't think of his name. I don't even know if I could pronounce it. He's being linked to a switch of teams when his contract's up, which is coming up soon.
Adrian Newey.
Yes.
I think is his name.
No. Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Newey.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway,
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
He's being linked to switch over to Mercedes, possibly. Apparently, he was checking out the Mercedes car.
Weird.
Yeah, but what a big turn of events and what a big score for Toto.
Yeah. Toto likes to score, if we know anything.
He does. Yeah, no, we know Toto likes the scoring.
And maybe they'll trade him for Lewis Hamilton. They'll say, we'll trade you Sergio Perez and Adrian Newey for Lewis Hamilton and, some fitted shirts or something.
Oh, fitted shirts would be nice.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get some.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's always
people want to see me in a fitted shirt all the time. Oftentimes, I'm told, "You got a fitted shirt," and I'm like, "I wish," and they throw them at me. Yeah.
It just looks that way.
Just because I'm at the beach, they start throwing shirts at me.
It's just it's not fitted. It just looks that way. I fill it out.
It's real tight.
There's some areas that fit. I fill it out. No, but I think that could be interesting. if there was a switch there. If I was Red Bull though, I would already start working on next year's car. I'd be like, you know what, guys, we're good right now. Let's get an entire season head start on
Assuming
next
they're
year.
allowed to, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
figure they can.
that's why
There's no
everybody's saying
time
Red Bull's
frame.
so far ahead this year is because they had everything locked up so early last year that they were able to start working on their car. But this year, I'd be like 3 races in. Let's go.
I'm feeling good about things. Yeah, let's take our lead,
Yeah.
and if we start to slip, we can refocus back on what we got
Yeah.
now. But the long term effects of this guy leaving, he's got quite a bit of championships under his. I think he's got 11 championships under his belt. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's having him leave. Who do you replace him with? Like, it's not an easy. You don't just
guy in
find a guy
Garden
like
Break.
me and say, "Hey, Craig, design our car," because I'll do it, but they're not gonna like it.
The guy in Garden Break.
Oh yeah, Garden Break guy, GBG.
Yeah. That's the guy you want in there.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you're enjoying picking turnips, but how about you design
How
our
about
car?
I throw this
Yeah,
offer
sure.
out there and we'll see what turns up.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think that would be a big hit, and I think that combined with, I don't know. I think Red Bull's got it in them for a couple years, but I there's so much going on, turmoil. Sergio Perez is not racing for them next year, which
Nah.
I guess you can say, okay, no big deal, but they got to find somebody, and that guy's got to get along with Max Verstappen. And I don't know, you're not getting a big name in there. You're gonna have to get well, you're not gonna get Lance Stroll, but maybe what's his name, the American kid in there, Sargent. Maybe you get him in there. But I don't know, with
It's
designer leaving possibly and some other stuff happening, I don't know. It seems
it's one of the best seats in Formula One, though. Like
it
who's gonna turn
is,
that seat
yeah.
down,
But yeah, I mean it is, but I don't know. So Gunther used to work for him.
Yeah.
And apparently he was. It was weird. I guess they didn't think he took things seriously enough.
You know who else doesn't think he takes things seriously enough?
Everybody in the world.
I don't think he takes things
Oh
seriously
no,
enough.
he's a great guy to hang out with. I would love to hang out with him, have a couple beers, relax. But no, I don't think he does either. He's kind of that guy that's just about having fun. Which kudos to him.
Yeah, he's making a lot of money to have fun.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I look at those things and I'm like, there's something. I just feel like there's something brewing. Now, Audi is supposed to come in soon, right?
Yeah,
aren't they slated?
Audi Porsche 2027.
2027.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an engine built by Audi and Porsche, or it's going to be a
Audi, Porsche, Volkswagen are all owned by the same company.
That is right. I forgot about that.
And so
Volkswagen doesn't get their name in the hat.
I don't know. Maybe they'll be the
VW logo on the front of the car.
Yeah, something brought to you by Volkswagen. What could Volkswagen bring to the table?
You know what they could do? They could do racing for wins. R for wins, brought to you by Volkswagen. Yeah. I'm okay working for them if they want to sponsor us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say, hey, Fahrvergnügen.
Herbie rides again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about that. What's that?
Herbie rides again.
Yeah, exactly.
My uncle was in that movie.
Was he really?
Again. Yeah, James Almanzar. Yeah.
Huh. How about them apples?
He's the cop who pulls over Dick Van Dyke and Herbie.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay.
We should put it on here. If I have the ability, I'm gonna have it flash on there right now.
That'd be
That's
awesome.
your uncle. If I have the ability. If I don't, then you're not gonna see it. Nobody will see it. Everyone's just. I mean, plus some people are listening to it, not seeing it. But no, now we know that would have been there or may be there.
It is there for those of you listening.
Okay, yeah, it's there. It's beautiful. I did an awesome job editing this, didn't I?
Yeah.
I cry sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, we had a couple things we wanted to touch on. One of them being we had a player to team.
Yes.
Where we're naming a team that a driver goes to.
That a driver team. An NFL team that represents a Formula One driver.
Correct. So I wanted to do the first one today. So I'm gonna go with Sergio Perez.
Okay. And who do you think he is?
I think he is the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati
makes sense, but I don't know why. Why does it make sense? Because it makes perfect sense to me.
Cincinnati has been to the Super Bowl just recently, last year.
Yeah.
they get to the Super Bowl or they're close to the Super Bowl the last few years here, but there's always a team in the AFC that would have won that game or is in the Super Bowl instead of them. They're good enough to be there, but they don't win.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they don't step on babies. I think maybe we should change their slogan.
We
Cincinnati.
we
They should be the Cincinnati Baby Stompers, and I'll bet you then they make it to the
maybe
Super Bowl.
so. I see that like I could see you choosing from like the Bengals, the Vikings, the Bills.
Vikings could be
any of those three teams, and just being like, at the beginning of the season, they can't really win the Super Bowl. Even when the Vikings are 11-1, you're like, they can't win the Super Bowl. And that's how you feel about Sergio Perez. No matter what happens the next 3 weeks, he can't win the Drivers' Championship. He
that
can't.
is true. Yeah.
He can't. He can go a long way. He can be really, really good. He can pretend like they think he might be pushing Max to winning the championship. Like you're at the end of the day, you're like, there's no way. I like it. I like the Bengals pick.
Look at that.
There's no way.
No, he's just going to be that close, but he won't step on that baby. He goes around the baby,
Right.
which costs him an extra second.
As long as Kansas City's in his division,
Not
he's never
division,
gonna
conference.
he's never going to go.
Never gonna go.
Yeah.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Yeah. Yeah, good pick.
Yeah, I try. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't get to see a whole lot of the race. I watched a lot of. I watched some of it while I was on vacation. I was holding my phone, carrying it around with it.
Where were you? Disney County? Disney
Yep.
Village?
Disney World.
World.
Yep.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, nobody recognized me, which was really weird.
Good. Was there even anybody there
I was told my beard was awesome.
at Disney World?
It was packed.
Really?
You didn't expect it would be?
Even on race day? Even on F1 day?
Even on F1 day. Well, we didn't
That's
have a podcast coming out, so they were like, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't get to watch it, but I got to see some of the. I got to watch some of it, and I got to follow up with it. But I mean, it was a fun race to watch.
I watched the qualifying and the race. I watched all of it.
Yeah, that's why I did the first race. So
glued to every minute.
Stuck in front of the TV.
Yeah, I was glued. And
now that I got the bar built, and I'll be putting two big TVs on the other side of it, I'll be sitting at my bar watching it. So,
do you remember a Simpsons episode where Dennis Rodman was in the episode, and Homer Simpson and him were playing one-on-one, and he kept blocking all of Homer Simpson's shots and kept dunking, and Homer Simpson was like, "You're pretty good," and he was like, I do this for a living, right? That's what Dennis Rodman said to Homer Simpson.
I figured it was that way around.
That's how I felt watching Max Verstappen driving through the midfield. I wanted these other drivers wow, he's really good. And he's like, I do this for a living, right?
And they're like, you do? I've never met a real life driver before.
Yeah. Wow, you can do this for a profession? I had no idea. That's what it felt. I mean, it felt like he was a professional driving through a bunch of people who were not professionals.
Yeah. So, let's see. So 3 was taken by...
Real quick.
Yeah.
Sergio Perez, when Max Verstappen is in 7th place, he's already asking on the radio, "Where's Max? Where's Max? Where's Max?" And Max still has to go through the whole field.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Max is good. There's no denying that he's good. Sergio had a good race.
Good.
I mean, he had a good race, and I mean, it would have been fun to watch them race it out and see what happens. Yeah. If I was the principal, I'd be all about it. I'd be all about it all the time. I get that there's going to be crashes, that your own team's going to crash in your own, and you're going to be frustrated as anything. I get that it's happened. I get they're all going to say, "Why are you trying to, we've done this before. Why are you reinventing the wheel?" And I'd say, my wheel. If I want to reinvent it and put little sparkly things on it, I'm going to do it. But you know what?
Yeah.
I'm way ahead of you, so shut up and let me do my thing. Yeah. That's what I would say if I was in charge of the leading team.
Because I'm the one wearing the Red Bull uniform and you're the one holding the mic. That's why I'm going to reinvent the wheel.
I started to talk about it. Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
Didn't finish the race. Is he?
No.
What do you think of him? I think he's going to turn out to be a good racer.
I
but
do
he's
too.
never going
I
to
do too.
leave. He's never going to leave Aston Martin. He's going to be there
Yeah.
forever.
At some point, he'll be the number one driver there.
Right.
At some point. But no, I thought he had a good race. He was unlucky. He honestly was unlucky watching that race.
Correct.
I think he would have finished fourth.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't he actually technically their number one driver right now?
No.
I thought
Alonso is.
No, I thought he was supposed to be their number one driver. I thought
Yeah,
Alonso
I don't
was.
think so.
Okay. All right,
I don't
because
think so.
Alonso's listed after him.
Alonso's a world champion.
It's true. Lance Stroll is not. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Daniel Ricciardo.
That's true, but he doesn't have a seat.
Well, that's kind of my point. So, yeah,
here's a question.
Yeah.
Do you think at some point this season it gets so toxic between Sergio Perez and what's his name, number one, that
Max.
Red Bull is just like, all right, Sergio, you're gone. Danny, jump in the seat and drive.
That would be interesting.
Or do you think at some point, like during the summer break, Sergio Perez is just like, I'm not coming back. I'm done, guys. Like, I'm not driving for you anymore. I could see it happen. I could see
it could happen during the season. I think, honestly, that it's going to get to the point where there's going to be a confrontation, most likely of the physical kind, after a race. And I don't see that here.
Okay, here is my DRS burning rubber checkered flag prediction.
Yep. Is this for the season?
For the season.
Okay.
Daniel Ricciardo finishes in the second seat for Red Bull this year.
Okay. I predict you're wrong on that because they're not going with Ricciardo. They're going with this other kid they've got from Super Formula 1 or whatever it's called. Formula Super. No, F2 is actually not the leading thing right now. It's this Japanese race it's called Super Formula. So they have a driver there who they're pushing to put in if anything happens. Daniel Ricciardo, his first actual race that he's going to is this coming week, and this other guy is going to be at this race too.
Australia.
But the other guy's been there twice.
Yeah.
So they think they've got Daniel Ricciardo just for like marketing because he's a guy who can really get things going. But why does Red Bull need marketing? Like what do we need? What do we need Daniel Ricciardo for if we've got what we got? So
because you can tell Sergio Perez drive, or we'll put Danny in.
It's not gonna be Daniel. It's gonna be this other guy.
No, but I'm saying that they can say
look it
that.
up.
That's why they have him there.
Right now, if you look on your screen, you'll see it there. I've put it right here. So it'll be there. And you'll say, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
You probably can't see it yet.
What's your prediction? You said you had a big prediction. It's a physical altercation?
I think that by the end, I believe Sergio and Max get into a physical altercation.
Who wins?
I don't know if there's going to be... That's a good one. I think Max is a good racer. I don't know if he's a fighter. Sergio looks like a better fighter to me. If I had to put money down, I'd save Sergio. I'm going with Sergio.
I'm going to say
Sergio's been in more fights. I guarantee you Sergio's been more fist fights than Max Verstappen.
I feel attacked right now.
You should.
You saying that.
You should. I'm coming at you. Did you see me jump out of my seat? I'm coming at you. This is a problem.
Here's what I think.
I'm pushing you right now.
Sergio will start out angry and have all this emotion, and Max will be like, what's going on? And acting like, why are we even fighting like that? Why are you even upset? I think that's how it's going to start out, and it's going to be like that. And then Max is going to see those big giant champagne bottles that they spray on each other. Max is going to be laying on the ground. He's going to grab one of those. He's going to smash it, break it, and then he's just going to start jamming Checo with the shards of glass.
In the back? Is it going to be from the back? Or is it going to be from the podium 1 to podium to number 3 or 2, wherever?
No, he's going to be laying on the ground because Checo's going to attack him and be winning.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I see you. All right, I got you. I forgot about that part.
What's going on? And then Checo jumps on him and he's choking him and he's like, I hate you. And he grabs his thing, smashes it, and then just starts stabbing him.
Okay.
And then because I feel like Max is, again,
He's a guy that's
stone
not afraid.
cold
Yeah.
killer.
No, I mean I can
He's
see
a
it.
stone
I
cold
can see it
killer.
if Sergio was a baby, but Sergio's not a baby. That's the difference here. You see Max as a baby killer, and I see Sergio as
His
a
nickname's Checo. He's kind of a baby.
Checo your facts. Checo's been in more fights than Max, guaranteed.
I don't know.
Guaranteed.
I feel
Did
like
you like that,
Checo's
by the
had
way,
a few
Checo
years
your
ago.
facts? I kind of just right
That
on the
was
fly,
good.
man.
No, that was
Okay,
good.
good.
That's good. I think. Would you be surprised if you found out that Max had been poisoning him, like
No,
giving him
not at
microdoses of
all.
poison?
You know those eye drops that have like the
Or tranquilizers and things, and be like, "Did you drink all your Red Bull? Because looks like there's a lot of Red Bull left in this glass right here, Checo.
and you look thirsty.
You look like you need to get woke up."
Listen, I'm just
I
gonna give
wouldn't
you
be
some
surprised
advice.
at
This
all.
race, you really need to hydrate before the race.
He's microdosing him. He's in it for the long game.
No, it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. That's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
Well, in our little world.
we think. I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, Craig.
Right.
I would never.
No, I know you
never-
wouldn't. I know. You,
I
and you don't
never-
ever judge people. So,
Oh,
like,
never think, that some guy would stab another guy with a broken champagne bottle. or
that would be
anything like
absurd for you to even suggest. And
Suggest that it might.
I apologize for putting you in that spot where you
Yeah.
felt you had to. Because
I
I
was
did.
just-
I attacked
I was
you. I
just-
jumped right out of my seat at you.
Yeah.
And then you probably were envisioning yourself.
I would, yes, I was
Craig's
just doing what
attacking
I
me.
would do
I need a
if I
champagne
were-
bottle. And then, I apologize for that. And I deserve the shards of glass in my eye and in my throat.
Right.
So,
I mean, I was just portraying how I would handle it if
Right.
I were Max Verstappen.
And
I
then
just took like
putting yourself
his
in his shoes.
character,
Right.
his character, his attributes, putting them in me,
Right.
his attitude, and then reacting in that
No,
way. So
and I
that's
can
not
see where that would happen, and I apologize again to
Yeah.
everyone, really, because I
I
put
accept-
everybody
I
in a
accept
weird
the apology.
spot there, making you look like a bad guy. Where, all right, well, I appreciate it. So yeah, if anybody wants to accept my apology in comments, just go ahead and yeah. So all right, so that said, we have to get rid of a racer. We have to get rid of a racer, and I've got my racer. I know who I'm getting
Let
rid
me
of.
hear it. Let's hear you eraser him.
I'm
Who
gonna
are you
eraser
erasing?
him. Wouldn't
Who
it
are
be a
you
race?
erasing?
I am.
That's what we
Oh,
should be calling
eraser!
this.
I like it. I just
Yeah.
boom, just hit me.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're about to erase someone.
Eraser. The eraser chart. I am going with. I'm gonna take out. Oh man, I just changed my mind, but I don't want to. I'm going with what I started with. I'm taking out Oscar. He's gone. Oscar's gone.
Good call. Have I taken him out already?
You have.
Can I do it again? No, I'm
No,
kidding.
you can't. I know who you're
what's
gonna
that?
pick.
What's the other rookie's name? Not Logan Sargent, the other one.
Nikki.
Eric Nienheim.
Isn't Nikki in there? I thought
No,
Nikki
that-
was Nikki. Who's he race for? Nikki races for Nick. Nick DeVries races
DeVries,
for
yeah.
AlphaTauri.
I want him. Done.
All right.
No more Nick DeVries in my life.
All right. Yeah, I got rid of him earlier, so I agree with you. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So we're
easy.
done. We've got to narrow it down. I know who's coming out in my next one.
Good. Well, hold on to that. Are we gonna talk about who had a blown head gasket?
Ooh, that is a good. That's good. Yeah, we should do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
You're
Right now?
you're up first. Yeah. Who do you think?
I can't give it. I think I gave it to all of McLaren last time. I can't do that again. I'm gonna go with the engineer from Ferrari. I wish I could remember his name. When Sean Leclerc even said his name, he's like, Nico, you got to tell me this sooner. Or Pierre, or whatever his name was.
You could just and that's a good pick. And I'd like to pick this. I'd like to piggy bank off of that one, but I won't. I will let you keep that for yourself. I did think that I want to give it to, and I don't think I did. I did not. I want to give it to the Mercedes design guy who took out the.
The Tide Pods.
Yep, the Tide
Do you think he
Pods.
ate them? Do you think he was
I
just
think he's probably a millennial. He's probably like
Yeah,
chomping on them right now.
he is.
He might be watching this. Stop eating them. Don't eat
Yeah.
them. It affects your brain. You stop doing the things you're supposed to do, like put side pods on, not Tide
Yeah.
Pods.
Exactly. You know who, as I was going through Charles Leclerc's engineer, you know who doesn't seem like he even exists? Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
He just kind of vanished. He's their number 2, and he should be way up
Yeah,
there.
but
But
it's-
you don't even hear his name. You don't see his
he does
car.
something
You don't
bad,
see
no one
anything.
cares. Like he finished like
But he
fifth
finished-
or sixth.
Last week he was 4th, right? Not last week.
I don't
2
know.
races ago in Bahrain, he was.
Sixth. And but you're just like, but no one cares.
Yeah,
If Leclerc finished to sixth and was driving good, people are freaking out.
but you know,
this,
nothing.
but he started like third, right?
Yeah,
Second or third on the grid, and it's just like, well, who cares?
but you could almost say the same about George Russell. You don't see him much anymore. I mean, George Russell almost got into 3rd, but like, you don't
But he
hear
beats Lewis
about him
Hamilton.
anymore. He's been beating Lewis Hamilton every race. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. But I mean, there's teams that really don't exist in my world.
Well, yes.
I mean,
And we'll get to those. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Romeo.
Alfa Romeo is exactly who I was gonna say. I mean,
Yeah.
not for nothing, but you don't hear Williams. Williams is doing better than we thought they would, but I don't hear. You don't hear from them.
Yeah.
I mean, not for nothing, but Yori again, close to points. Not Yori,
Close to
Yuki.
point. Yeah, close to point. That's another
Hey,
one.
listen, he's getting there.
I actually want to give mine to that.
You've
guy
got
who
rid of the
runs-
whole team. Go ahead.
I really don't like Alpine either, and I can't stand
Yeah, I agree.
Omar,
Omar,
or
yeah,
whatever his name.
Omar.
I can't stand it, but we've talked enough about him already. So, and he
So that's
doesn't
actually
deserve
more.
any-
Yeah, he doesn't get time on. Oh no, he does get time on
He
Netflix.
does.
Yeah.
He does. Like, and when
You
he's
know,
whining
that's
like a
the
baby.
weirdest part is he's a team who actually puts his face and his racers
Yeah.
out on Netflix, and then during the season it's just kind of. I mean, they were 4th last year, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they end 4th? And then you've got McLaren who was 5th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow, heck, I think Alfa Romeo was 6th, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just those teams just don't seem to exist this year. What was 4, 5, 6 don't even exist now. So then you've got Aston Martin. No, they're not existing really this year.
Yeah. Aston Martin.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry. My bad. I instantly thought Lance Stroll, and he doesn't have points. But
Yeah.
Fernando does.
Alonso's
Yep, Alonso's got
second and third.
yeah.
2 podiums.
Yeah. So that would leave then. So Aston Martin would be probably 3rd.
Yeah, they should be second if
No,
Stroll
they're probably
finishes
second
last-
right now. But I'm saying like by the end of the
Yeah.
year,
Yeah, they'll probably.
I'm
be
saying they're
second or
3rd, behind.
Who do you have second?
Huh?
Who do you have second finishing the year?
That's why I said behind. I can't see Mercedes getting there. So and Ferrari is
Ferrari?
no. I think it might be Alpha. It might be Aston Martin. Man, with one racer, that's insane. And then you've got man. Could Haas was next in the standings? So could you say Haas gets there? They're not going to be. They're not going to be up. No, I mean, but I mean in the 4 or 5
won't
range. I'm looking for 4 or 5 range now. 5, 6.
I think the first 4 teams are pretty well decided already.
Who do you have in? You got Ferrari, Mercedes as 3, 4.
Yeah.
Who's 5, 6, 7?
That's where I probably stupid Alpine.
I don't think any of them have any
5.
points.
Alpine
I don't think
does.
Alpine's getting there. Oh yeah, Pierre's gotten points a couple. I think at least once, maybe twice. I don't remember what the last week's was.
Yeah.
So, all right. So Alpine might get some. McLaren's not coming back. They're falling apart. They keep falling apart. They're not even
I think they'll pick up
close.
some good points. I think they'll pick up some good points after May. But yeah, I don't know.
Alfa Romeo.
No.
So then you're down
Valtteri.
to Haas
Yeah, and Williams, I guess.
and AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri.
Somebody's getting close to points.
Huh.
You've taken out both their drivers. You don't even have a driver in your list. You're going to end up being a big Yuki fan by the time it's over. I can see it. You're going to have your Yuki little pink outfit you're going to wear on Sundays. Yuki. I know it. I can
Is it weird how close his name is? Isn't there a Mario Kart character called Yuki? Isn't it dinosaur Yuki?
Yeah, it's a dinosaur. It's Yugi? I think it's
Yugi.
Yugi. Yeah.
That's weird.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we got names that are similar in this country, in this, in the English.
No, I know.
language.
It's just weird that he's a racer, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
not like any of the Mario Kart guys are named Mario.
Well, it's not. Yeah, they are. Mario is actually in Mario Kart. So is Luigi. And I mean, you could say, well, what about Mario Andretti? He was a racer. I mean, that's
What
crazy.
about Jeff? There's no Jeff.
Huh?
Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's a race car driver.
That
There's
is
no
true.
Jeffs.
There's not in. Okay, you got me there.
Dick Trickle. There's no Dick Trickle.
Dick Trickle was a great guy, but did I tell you the time I met Dick Trickle? There's a good story, so I'm going to tell it anyways. So he comes in.
Wait, were you in the men's restroom or were you?
Nope, we were in the. So I worked for a rental car company, and he came in to the airport. We were at the airport renting people cars. He comes in, and he flew into the wrong airport, so he catches a ride with a blonde girl. He doesn't know her name. He's like, yeah, I caught this ride with this blonde. And today's conversation, I wouldn't be able to go fully into all the stuff that he was saying. But anyways, he comes in, and I have this one employee, Ryan, that was, he was like big hero. So he's like, he runs up to him, he wants to help him out. My assistant is also named Ryan. So he goes over and he just kind of checked in and, get the car ready or whatever. And he goes, wait a minute. Your name is Ryan and your name is Ryan? Are you guys twins? Yeah, we're giving him a brand new Ford Explorer.
Are you telling your son? You had a son, Ryan? That would have blown his mind.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine? Yeah.
And he is a twin.
Yes!
Trickle would have been exploded. He would have
The
been
whole world
everywhere.
would have changed. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And then if I told him that Ryan's twin brother was Alan, whoa, how'd that happen?
How does that even
Different fathers, obviously.
Yeah, the Dick Trickle doesn't fall far from the tree, huh?
Yep. That's what happens. So, yeah. We did not give a nickname. So what we need to do here is we need to give a nickname to a driver. Every week we do. Last week we did Flash Verstappen.
Could we do Yoshi for Yugi?
Oh,
Tsunoda?
I like
Yoshi
it.
Tsunoda?
I like it. Either that or Dino. He could be Dino, but Yoshi, no, because Dino makes him sound old. Yoshi, that's his name, Yoshi.
Yoshi Tsunoda.
Yoshi Tsunoda. Yep, I like it, Yoshi. I'm not even throwing mine in the hat. That's perfect, Yoshi. Yoshi
Perfect,
it
there
is.
we go.
All right, so we got Yoshi. And that's a wrap.
Flash and Yoshi.
What's that?
And
Flash
Checo
and
already
Yoshi.
has a nickname.
Yeah, we can keep Checo as Checo. We might come up with something better. Who knows? We're probably
Pretty
better
easily.
at those guys are at giving nicknames. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows them better? Us or the guys they work with on a regular basis or their
Right.
parents,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Or his dad. His
Right.
dad.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
Oh,
He had no
yeah.
clue.
Exactly. So, all right. Cool. If
Awesome.
you, I guess that's it for us. Yeah, awesome. Been a good talk. Enjoy.
Thank you again for listening to this Four Winds Media podcast. Please stop by our website at Four Winds Media and check out all of our podcasts. They can be listened to wherever you stream your favorite podcasts. If you'd like to share your thoughts, feel free to put your comments down below and like and subscribe to us. We hope to see you here again soon.